Many who have spent time in military service, whether long or short, have recounted the horrors they experienced during that period, especially since it often involves staying in semi-abandoned or entirely deserted desert areas untouched by humans. Maad's tale of the soldier hunter might resemble fictional horror stories. Maad, a young man in his 20s, completed his university education and proceeded with his official papers to serve his country with pride, just like his peers his age. Maad was assigned to a group that served in an abandoned desert area with only one tower and some remote locations where they stayed as a group of soldiers, along with their commander. On his first day, Maad met Youssef, his fellow group member, who seemed visibly terrified the entire time, especially with his distracted and disturbed state at night. Initially, Maad thought Youssef had undergone a traumatic experience that left such an effect on him, but the truth was far more horrifying than he imagined. Maad continued to observe Youssef from afar until the latter calmed down, and a slight friendship developed between them. One night, Maad noticed Youssef trembling visibly and asked him what was troubling him. Youssef initially seemed unwilling to talk, walked away, but after half an hour, as if he had made up his mind, Youssef came and said to Maad, "Beware of the soldier hunter." Youssef recounted, "I was sitting in the nearby tower during my night watch up top, while my comrade Abdullah sat at the tower's base below. Suddenly, I saw a woman of extraordinary beauty walking with a lighted torch in her hands, but her eyes blazed with a fierce fire. Fear gripped me, and looking down to ask Abdullah if he saw what I saw, I found him gaping with his mouth open as if hypnotized and began walking toward the mountain. An intense unease took over me, and I started calling out to him, but he couldn't hear me despite the short distance between us. I watched him climb the mountain toward her as if he were in a sleepwalk state, unaware. Suddenly, she opened her mouth, revealing two huge fangs, plunged them into his neck, sucked his blood, and then tore his body apart with her claws in a terrifying scene. Abdullah screamed in horror and fear, convulsed, and his spirit left his body. Youssef continued, "The commander did nothing and buried Abdullah's body without telling the others to avoid panic." Maad felt conflicted, thinking Youssef might be trying to scare him like new soldiers often do, but he felt Youssef's sincerity. Maad suggested it might have been just a wolf, to which Youssef responded sadly, "I thought you were different." A few days passed without Maad and Youssef speaking again, but one day, the commander gathered them and reported a comrade's death on the mountain after being attacked by wolves, asking them to bury the body. They went to bid farewell to their comrade, but the appearance of the body was gruesome, torn to pieces with eyes bulging in horror. At the sight, Youssef cried out, "The soldier hunter," and fainted. Maad examined the body, questioning what kind of wolf leaves its prey without eating anything. A commotion erupted among the soldiers, and the commander started losing his temper, especially when several confirmed seeing that female spirit without daring to approach. Eventually, the commander acknowledged her existence and began recounting her tale. During his early days of service in an adjacent area, there was a tribe living near the military barracks. A family had an exceptionally beautiful daughter, unmatched among women.